Assisted suicide is the suicide of a patient suffering from an incurable disease affected by the taking of lethal drugs provided by a doctor for this purpose. Liberals tend to advocate for the legalization of euthanasia. They believe that humans should be able to have the choice to die with dignity rather than prolonging their suffering. However, conservatives see it quite differently. They believe that it is unethical for a human to commit a sin as bad as ending their life. In their eyes, intentionally ending a life is morally wrong and should not be allowed. They think that it will lead to non-critical patients. That is not the case. Prior to the assisted death, professionals perform an invasive and intense background check to make sure the patient is mentally stable and truly has no chance at recovering. Also, to be eligible for euthanasia, you must be 18 years or older, a resident of the state you are in, you must be capable of making health decisions for yourself, and the patient must be diagnosed with a terminal illness that will lead to death within 6 months or less. The patient must be capable of making the decision voluntarily. The doctor must request that the patient must notify their family regarding the request. Lastly, the doctor must inform the patient about alternative options they have besides euthanasia, such as hospice and pain management options. As you can see, there are many strict laws and protocols the patient and the doctor must take in order to proceed with euthanasia or physician-assisted suicide.
What is your opinion on physician-assisted suicide?
I think that if the patient is chronically ill and they don't have much time left to live and they want to die, then I think it's okay if the doctor helps the patient die, if it's their request.
I think it's stupid because I don't think any doctor should assist anyone who is suicidal.
My opinion on this is I think it's right, but I also think it's wrong because I don't think suicide should be done at all in general. But I think if they truly don't want to live anymore, then they have the right in that say.
I don't think it's right because I don't think a doctor should be really killing anyone at all.
We will now take a closer look at the views of individuals based upon the information given and determine their stance on this political issue after knowing the information we just told.
After knowing the information that you were just told, what is your stance now?
I still believe that if all the protocols are followed, then it's okay.
After knowing the information that you were just told, what is your stance now?
I still don't think that it should be done because after hearing this information, I still don't think it's right.
After hearing this information, I think it is right and it is okay for it to be done because if they are not mentally ill and they know what they're saying and they truly don't want to live anymore, then it should be done. Yes, it's right if no one's convincing them or anything and it's their decision.
I really think that if it's a person's choice to do it and if they're already ill and they're not going to get better, I think it's just better to go through with it now instead of suffering for the next 6 months. And I think that if it's their choice, and they should be able to do it if they follow the protocol.
Before taking a stance on a political topic, make sure you research and receive all the information to create your stance, because after knowing the information, giving your belief and opinion on a political issue might change and you may surprise yourself on where you land on the political spectrum.